Hello guys, welcome to the Artificer Guide. Today, I'm going to be discussing the Artificer class in Dungeons and Dragons and explaining how to play it, and also use one of my Artificer characters as an example. So let's start. Artificers are masters of invention. They use ingenuity and magic to unlock extraordinary capabilities in objects. They see magic as a complex system waiting to be decoded and then harnessed in their spells and inventions. You can find everything you need to play one of these inventors in the next few sections. Artificers use a variety of tools to channel their arcane power. To cast a spell, an artificer might use alchemist supplies to create a potent elixir. Calligrapher's supplies to inscribe a sigil of power, or tinkerer's tools to craft a temporary charm. The magic of artificers is tied to their tools and their talents, and few other characters can produce the right tool for a job as well as an artificer. And right away we see an inscription that you must have an intelligence score of 13 or higher in order to multiclass in or out of this class. So let's start with like the Artificer spell slots per level and what we get on first level and features of the class. At first level we get proficiency bonus +2. Features we get magical tinkering and spell casting. Infusions we don't know yet. Infused items we also don't know yet. Cantrips we can have two. We know 2 cantrips and 2 first level spells. First I'll read through the whole this Artificer based article, then I will explain what I did with my character. Class features. Hit points. Hit dice 1d8 per Artificer level. Hit points at first level 8 plus your Constitution modifier. Hit points at higher levels 1d8 or the average 5 plus your Constitution modifier per Artificer level after first. Proficiencies. Armor, light armor, medium armor, and shields. Weapons, simple weapons. Tools, thieves' tools, tinkerer's tools, one type of artisan tools of your choice. Saving throws, constitution, intelligence. Skills, choose 2 from arcana, history, investigation, medicine, nature, perception, sleight of hand. Equipment, you start with the following equipment in addition to the equipment granted by your background. Any 2 simple weapons, a light crossbow and 20 bolts, a studded leather armor or scale mail, thieves' tools, or a dungeoneer's pack. Also, there is alternatively you may start with the 5d 4 times 10 starting gold. No, 5d4. I didn't actually throw this dice, and I don't know how much gold I have. Let me roll it right now in my dice. What is it? 5d4? 5d... Where is it? Yes, 5d4 times 10. 5d4... is there no... Okay, that's times 10. 130 gold. I'll just type it in my character sheet then. Let's start with the character sheet. So as you can see, this is not my character sheet. Where is it? Alistar here. So as you can see, my character sheet, we have character name Alistar, Artificer level 1, class and level, race human, background folk hero that I will discuss later, alignment chaotic good, and as well as here is his proficiency bonus +2 as was mentioned there, and his stats: strength +2, dexterity +3, constitution +3, intelligence +4, wisdom +3, and charisma +3. Hit points maximum 11. because as we mentioned, as we saw earlier, Artificer's hit points are 1d8 plus the Constitution modifier, which means mine is 1d8 plus 3, 11 health at the beginning. And with the descriptions of proficiencies in which skills we are proficient in, there was a choice between there was a choice between these skills, and I chose Arcana and Investigation. As you can see, I marked them, Investigation and Arcana. So the gold, I think it's here, right? Yeah, 140 gold pieces. 130. Was it 30 or 40? 30. 130 gold pieces. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. 130 gold pieces. And yeah, here is my character in general. Here the stats I already said. Strength is all the saving throws. And as we saw, you get proficiency bonus for which saving throws? For Constitution and Intelligence. The rest you can just fill out with the player's handbook or whatever with the help of the internet, as I did. Passive perception is, I think, 10 plus your wisdom, which means my passive perception of this character is 13. Light armor, medium armor. Yeah, here's the proficiencies: armor, light armor, medium armor, shields, weapons, simple weapons. Here it is. So equipment: a mace, javelin, and a light crossbow, 20 arrows, scale mail, disadvantage on stealth, thieves' tools, and dungeoneer's pack. These include backpack, a crowbar, a hammer, 10 pitons, 10 torches, a tinderbox, 10 days of rations, and a water skin. The pack also has 50 feet of rope, hempen rope, strapped to the side of it. This set of tools the set of thieves' tools includes a small file, a set of lockpicks, a small mirror mounted on a metal handle, a set of narrow bladed scissors, and a pair of pillars. Proficiency with these tools lets you add your proficiency bonus and an ability check you make to disarm traps or open locks. Yeah. This is the starting equipment I started with. The rest is the first character sheet. The next we go to the second character sheet, which is the backstory, the character appearance, the rest like that. So, character name Alistar At. At is his surname. So, age 23, eyes brown, height 174, skin white, weight that, red hair, ginger. The rest I can read, but it will take ages for it to actually be. If I read too much, it will probably not be engraved in your heads. So you don't need my character's backstory anyway. So the rest is Artificer spells. In DC is your whenever an enemy makes a saving throw against your spells, it's how you calculate DC is 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your spellcasting ability modifier, which is intelligence for the artificer. Optional rule: magical tinkering. At first level, you've learned how to invest a spark of magic into mundane objects. To use this ability, you must have thieves' tools or artisan's tools in hand. I have thieves' tools. And you then touch a tiny non-magical object as an action to give it one of the following magical properties of your choice. The object sheds bright light in 5 feet radius and dim light of an additional 5 feet. Wherever Whenever tapped by a creature, the object emits a recorded message that can be heard up to 10 feet away. You utter the message when you bestow this property, and the recording can be no more than 6 seconds long. The object continuously emits your choice of an odor or a nonverbal sound, wind, waves, chipping, or the likes. The chosen phenomenon is perceivable up to 10 feet away. A static visual effect appears on one of the object's surfaces. This effect can be a picture up to 25 words of text, lines, and shapes, or a mixture of these elements as you like. The chosen property lasts indefinitely. As an action, you can touch the object and the property early. You can bestow magic on multiple objects, touching one object each time to use this feature. Through single object, though a single object can only bear one property at a time. The maximum number of objects you can affect with this feature at one time is equal to your intelligence modifier, minimum of one object, which means my artificer character can use magical tinkering on 4 different objects. The oldest property immediately ends, and then the new property applies, if you exceeded the maximum. Spellcasting. You've studied the workings of magic and how to cast spells, channeling magic through objects. To observers, you don't appear to be casting spells in a conventional way. You appear to produce wonders from mundane items and outlandish inventions. Tools required. You produce your artificer spell effects through your tools. You must have a spellcasting focus, specifically Thief's Tools or some kind of Artisan's Tool. I have Thief's Tools, as I mentioned earlier, in hand. When you cast any spell with this spellcasting feature, meaning the spell has an M component when you cast it, you must be proficient with the tool to use it this way. See the equipment chapter in the player's handbook for descriptions of these tools. After you gain the infused item feature at level 2, you can also use an item bearing one of your infusions as a spellcasting focus. Cantrips. At first level, you know 2 cantrips of your choice from the Artificer spell list. At higher levels, you learn additional Artificer cantrips of your choice, as shown in the cantrips known column of the Artificer table. When you gain levels in this class, you can replace one of the Artificer cantrips you know with another cantrip from the Artificer spell list. Preparing and casting spells. The Artificer table shows how many spell slots you have to cast your Artificer spells. To cast one of your Artificer spells at first level or higher, you must expend a slot at that spell's level or higher. You regain all exceeded spell slots when you finish a long rest. You prepared the list of Artificer spells that are available to you to cast, choosing from the spell list. When you do so, choose a number of Artificer spells equal to your intelligence modifier plus half of your Artificer level, which means plus 4. I actually don't have enough spells in this. I just realized. I have only 2 spells because I didn't take into account my intelligence modifier, which means I can choose 4 more spells, which I'm going to do in this video. So when you do choose a number of Artificer spells equal to your intelligence modifier, these spells must be a level of which you have spell slots. For example, if you are a 5th level artificer, you have 4 first level and 2 second level spell slots with an intelligence of 14. Your list of prepared spells can include 4 spells at first, second level in any combination. If you prepare first level spell Cure Wounds, you can cast it using the first level or second level slot. Casting the spell doesn't remove it from your list of prepared spells. You can change your list of prepared spells when you finish a long rest. Preparing a new spell slot of Artificer spell requires time spent tinkering with your spellcasting focus, at least 1 minute per spell level for each spell on your list. Intelligence is your spellcasting ability. Intelligence is your spellcasting ability for your Artificer spells. Your understanding of the theory behind magic allows you to wield those spells with superior skill. You use your intelligence whatever an Artificer spell refers to your spellcasting ability. In addition, you use your intelligence modifier when setting the saving throw DC or an Artificer or of an Artificer spell you cast. When making an attack roll with one, spell DC is equal to 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your intelligence modifier, which means for me it's 14. Spell attack modifier, your proficiency bonus plus your intelligence modifier, 2 plus 4, 6. Ritual casting, you can cast an artificer spell as a ritual. If that spell has the ritual tag, you have the spell repaired. This is basically me just reading this this article. Let's go to one of the more interesting things about the class is Artificer Specialist. At 3rd level, you choose the type of specialist you are. Your choice grants you features of 5th level and again at 9th and 15th levels. For example, I'm planning to when I reach 3rd level with Alistar, I plan to become an armorer. So let's look at the armorer. Armor, alchemist, artillerist, and battlesmith. Let's look at all of them briefly. Let's start with the alchemist. An alchemist is an expert at combining reagents to produce mystical effects. Alchemists use their creations to give life and leech it away. Alchemy is the oldest of artificer traditions, and its versatility has long been valued during times of war and peace. Tool proficiency. When you adopt this specialization at 3rd level, you gain proficiency with alchemist supplies. If you already have the proficiency, you gain proficiency with another type of artisan's tools of your choice. Alchemist spells. Starting at 3rd level, you always have certain spells prepared after you reach the particular level in this class, as shown in Alchemist table. So, Healing Word, Ray of Sickness, you have at 3rd level. At 5th level, you have Flaming Sphere, Melf's Acid Arrow. 9th level, you have Jesus Form, Gaseous Form, Mass Healing Word. 13th level, you have Blight, Death Word. 17th level, Cloud Kill, Raise Dead. At beginning at 3rd level, whenever you finish a long rest, you can magically produce an experimental elixir. It's an empty flask you touch. Roll the experimental elixir table for the elixir's effect, which is triggered when someone drinks the elixir. As an action, a creature can drink the elixir or administer it to an incapacitated creature. You can create additional experimental elixirs by expending a spell slot of 1st level or higher for each one. When you do so, you can use your action to create an elixir in an empty flask you touch, and of your choice the elixir's effect from the experimental elixir table. Creating an experimental elixir requires you to have alchemist supplies, and your person, and the elixir you create with this feature lasts until it is drunk or until the end of your next long rest. When you reach certain levels in this class, you can make in a subclass, to be fair, you make your elixirs at the end of a long rest. 2 at 6th level, 3 at 15th level. Roll for each elixir's effect separately. Each elixir requires its own flask. So, first effect, healing. The drinker regains a number of hit points equal to 2d4 plus your intelligence modifier. Swiftness. The drinker's walking speed increases by 10 feet for 1 hour. So all of these, we have 6 different things. You can read them here. Resilience, boldness, flight, transformation. Alchemist Servant. At 5th level, you've developed Masterful Command. I will actually talk about each level separately, because if I talk about everything in one video, as we can see, it's taking way too long. I saw some of the other D&D content stuff being very, very short, so let's stop here, and hopefully in the next episode of the Artificer breakdown, we are going to continue. See you in the next one.